Hello everyone and welcome. Do not be alarmed, I'm speaking to you from the off, so the face of you that you see in the corner is me talking to my friends while playing some mirrors right here. So in case you don't know what Spirit Enhancement does, let's just say it gives Ren a bunch of passives, increased stats and an active that you just saw right there, and it did absolutely nothing. Apart from Chase, which is pretty good. So to start from the beginning, what does her active do? Her active, well, as you can see, first off, you can use it as soon as the fight starts, even in mirrors, which is pretty fucking strong. The first thing it does is it tries to fog every single enemy. I think it's got like a 40% chance to apply, but of course enemies have debuff resistance as well, so it's a lot less than 30% chance of actually being applied. The second effect that it does is it gives, I think it's a 40% chance to chase. Chase, in case you haven't used it yet, is basically whenever anyone else attacks, there's a 40% chance that my Ren will use another attack, as you can see here, happening all the goddamn time. Even outside of that active though, my Ren has a 20% chance to chase as well. So even if I don't use the active, I still have 20% chance to chase, just passively, always. I also have, I think it's about 15% chance to crit, and I think it's also about a 20% chance to dodge. So even though I'm not using friends or any other Memoria that gives crit, I can still crit. I can also chase everything, as you see, bam, that's another chase. And that's another chase right there. My Ren just keeps chasing everyone, which is basically the main reason why I think that Ren is pretty good right now. That said, compared to a lot of other Spirit Enhancers that are in the game right now, by the way, this is all Japanese server, in case you're wondering, so in case you're like, what, I haven't heard of any of this and you're on the North American server, yeah, don't worry, this is all Japanese server right now. Compared to a lot of other Spirit Enhancers, Ren's Enhance isn't that amazing, but she was a pretty good unit before, so if you have a pretty good unit and you add a bunch of stuff on top of that, that's pretty good, that's pretty good. Keep in mind that this is not her full Spirit Enhance, because you only get like 60 of the 100 nodes of Spirit Enhancement that you can do, so this Ren is only at like 60% power compared to what it could be. At some point in the future it's gonna get unlocked to 100, but we don't know when. So what else does Ren get? Well, apart from that, she just gains a bunch of Magia damage up and MP gain up. None of that really matters at all, because we're not going to use any of that in mirrors anyway. But yeah, we're getting increased stats, we're getting a bunch more attack, a bunch more defense, a bunch more HP, and that's enough to just completely wipe the floor. Something else to note is that, of course, if you do apply fog to an enemy, they might be missing a bunch, and it might say if you're behind. Also something that is, I think they kind of dropped the ball on this one, is that the Spirit Enhance for Ren is not quite that thematic to her character. Like, Ren is a character that's all about like life and death. She has her Magia and her Doppel deals increased damage when she's at low HP, so I was like, oh my god, they're gonna probably give her an Enhance that gives her more damage the lower her HP is, which would have been thematically appropriate, but she just does fog for some reason, even though there's no character reason why she should have fog, but yeah. And I guess chase is nice though. Fog basically means that if you apply fog to people randomly at the start, you basically just make it so that whoever has a fog on the enemy team, you just don't attack them and let them survive, and they have a 25% chance to miss an attack, which is pretty good. So if there's only people on the enemy team alive that have fog, it's very likely for them to miss, especially if on top of that you also have a dodge yourself. So for example, my Ren also has 20% dodge, because most people that get Spirit Enhancement also get passively dodge. So if you have miss chance together with dodge chance, it makes it rather likely that if you just leave people alive, that only if you leave only people alive that are fogged, you're looking pretty good. You're looking really, really good. Also, on a lot of teams, it's good to kill Yachio first, because Yachio with Spirit Enhancement actually gets more attack and defense for any character that dies on her team. So yeah, kill her first if it makes sense. Like, sometimes she gets fogged, so I just leave her alive, or sometimes I notice that she doesn't have good Memoria, so if she doesn't have good Memoria, then I don't really care if she gets buffed. In total though, you see that you get a lot more attacks all the time. Like, it's only like a 20% chance to chase. With the active, it's like 40% chance. But even so, every time it happens, you get so much more damage. And every time you dodge an attack because of her dodge or because of the enemy fogged, that's also so much more momentum that you get on your side of the board. So Ren doesn't have like one thing that like really puts her ahead by a lot, like a lot of other characters have. Like, for example, Mummy can bind people, or I think Kanade can charm people, or Oriko can evade. I think Yukika also has evade and crit. What else is there? Sayaka has survive. Like, these are a lot of actives that you just activate, and suddenly you have a mass momentum swing in your side, in your favor. But Ren is more like you activate it, and then you have a pretty good chance that momentum swings in your favor, but not necessarily. So it's a bit more RNG dependent. But overall, it does give you some really nice benefits. You just sometimes not have it do anything, which kind of sucks. But it's still pretty good enough. Her damage, of course, is absurd, because I think she has like 14,000 attack on my team right now. Yeah, not even kidding. Like, on the status screen, she has 14,000 attack, which is pretty good. And like I said, I'm not even done enhancing her, because I'm still missing like 40 nodes that I need to wait for the unlock for. And once I have all of those nodes, I'm gonna be at like 15,000 attack for Ren with Memoria. Yeah, that's pretty good. She's also gonna have like 11.5 thousand defense and like 35,000 HP or something around that, like with Memoria. It's just pretty good. It's pretty good. Kokoro can still one-shot her, by the way, because Kokoro is suddenly really good. But everyone is suddenly really good with Spirit Enhancement. I just like to put a spotlight on Ren, because Ren is always amazing. She's always been amazing, and now with Spirit Enhance, she gets to say hi a bit more often, and I like that. You see a lot of these teams, they just get fogged, they get chased on, maybe they miss a few hits. Every single bit just gives me more and more momentum. Like I said, it's not one big thing that immediately gives momentum, it's just, it makes the tide of battle swing in my favor, like more and more with each attack that happens. Like here's a chase, bam, that's a bit more of an, as you would say, an advantage on my team, even though there was a blast afterwards that would have killed her as well, but you know what I mean. That's a dodge right there, that's a bit of momentum on my side as well. Everything helps. You just keep, everything you do just keeps giving yourself more and more advantage, and the enemy just keeps losing ground all the time. They can't do anything. But like I said, it's still, most of it is still pretty much RNG. Oh, and don't forget that Homura is, of course, still absolutely amazing. And she doesn't even have Spirit Enhancement yet. So she's gonna look at like, she's gonna get like more than like 1,500 attack more. Also maybe somewhere around 1,500 defense, 3,000 HP, something like that. Once she gets Spirit Enhancement. Probably a whole bunch of buffs as well. Also something you just see, Chase ignores evade. And also Chase can proc when an enemy evades. So right there, Mummy evaded the attack, but Chase procced regardless, and Chase bypasses evade, so it just killed her, which is also pretty amazing. Also something that I couldn't show off in my session, but it happened to me off stream, which is that usually you can't one-shot Iroyachi on turn 1 because she just has way too much defense and she's immune to crits. So if someone has a really high amount of defense and is immune to crits, how do you one-shot that turn 1? Well, the answer is getting chased on. So if you have like a really good hit with like a Homura and then suddenly chase happens, there you go. That's the one-shot basically. Even though you didn't really kill her in one hit, but hey, you just got 2 hits, so that's how you do it. Also, this is probably the toughest battle of this entire session. You might be like, wait, it's just a Sayaka. How is this the toughest battle of this entire session? Yeah, because Sayaka is actually absurd. As you can see, I get chase procs all the time, and she still survives easily. Not easily, but she still survives. And then she procs her active. Her active is she just survives another turn. So now she basically gets 2 turns for free. Yeah, she gets 2 turns for free, and I can't do anything about it. And having a solo character get 2 turns for free when most solo characters don't even get a single turn, that's pretty powerful. So you see, I can't kill her because she has survive. If you can curse her, I think that's good, but I don't have curse right now because it comes out on turn 3, and this is turn 2, so I can't use it, and she just kills everyone. But hey, at least I was able to survive. If you killed that Iriachi earlier on turn 1, I probably would have lost this, actually. But hey, someone made it. Thanks for watching. Leave a subscribe if you like this.